Good day, everyone.
I was born and raised in Detroit. Growing up there, I saw people like me running things.
This is a courtroom, not a circus, so we're gonna calm down.
I'm sorry.
What I found there was a passion that I didn't know existed.
This is the bottom line.
I'm excited to free fall into the limitless possibilities with we the people. So many are fearful of the law. They think it's something that works against them.
I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes.
We are the people.
Samuel Johnson claims the defendant's car swerved into his lane on the highway, causing an accident that damaged his vehicle.
All rise.
Ramon and Stacy Martin say the plaintiff rear-ended them after Mr. Martin had a seizure while driving.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, thank you, Sean. Good day, everyone.
Hey.
This is the case of Johnson versus Martin. And Martin, Mr. Johnson, you're suing the Martins for $5,600. You say they caused a car accident from which you suffered damages. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
The Martins, you say this was not your fault.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Johnson, I'll start with you. What happened?
Your Honor, my name is Samuel Johnson. I'm from Austin, Texas. I was traveling westbound on the highway, going the speed limit. I was in the right-hand side. It's a two-lane.
Do you have a diagram so I can look at this while you're...
Yes, ma'am, I do.
May I see it, please? Thank you.
So while I was in the right-hand lane, Mr. Ramon Martin was about 2 car lengths ahead of me, also heading westbound, and he was in the left-hand or the fast lane, and without warning, without notice, no blinker, no sudden, no brake light, he just veered into my lane, and I had to, make a quick decision, but it happened so fast that I just rear-ended him.
Describe what you just said related to diagram number 1.
So I'm in the blue car.
Yes.
That's my Honda Pilot, and he's in that silver car. And we're both going the speed limit, 55 miles an hour.
Okay.
And just out of nowhere, he just comes into my lane, and I couldn't swerve to the left because there was another car to my left.
Yes.
And I couldn't go to the right because the shoulder was like just kind of sketchy. I didn't want to and so he just hit me, bam, like that. All happened real fast.
I see that. And Mr. and Mrs. Martin, you're in this car. Why are you moving over into his lane so suddenly?
Well, Your Honor, I have suffered from epilepsy since I was 18 years old. And on the date in question, I knew I was about to have a seizure because I started to feel what's called an aura. It's sort of like when my vision starts to widen a little too much and light gets really intense. So I knew I was going to lose my ability to function properly. And I made sure to do everything I could to be as safe as possible. As soon as the aura started, I checked around me. There was plenty of space around me for me to go over into the right lane.
You signaled?
When I had checked. My wife was with me and I signaled. When I got over into the lane, I just cranked the wheel and hit the brake as hard as I could. And then I started to have the seizure, so I'm a little fuzzy on the details for about a minute or two.
You were able to stop the car first?
I was able to get over into the right-hand lane.
And his foot was already on the brakes as he was getting over to the right.
And did the car come to a stop?
After the seizure started, right?
Yeah, that would have to be up to her. I don't know those details precisely.
So when you're having the seizure, you are unconscious. You don't have control over your body, your limbs. And so when that was happening, what did you witness, Ms. Martin?
Thank you, Your Honor. So as he was saying, as my husband was saying, he recognized that he was about to have one. So as per his doctor's recommendation, he immediately went to pull over. So I remember he signaled, drove into the right lane, but there was enough space So he drove into the right lane, and his legs was already starting on the brakes, starting to slow down.
Yes.
And only then, after he went into the right lane, then the seizure started to actually kick in. So as it was almost like to a full stop, then the seizure started. So his leg was already on it, so it just kind of.
But at that time, then there was the impact.
Right, but at that point, he was already almost to their leg on the brakes.
So what is
turning.
your testimony about the way you observed Mr. Johnson was driving, if
Thank
you
you.
observed Mr. Johnson at all?
Yeah, so Mr. Johnson here said that he was driving speed limit, but listen, I wasn't in his car, but it definitely didn't seem like it for the simple reason that when my husband was taking the turn, we had like 2 cars apart gap.
Coming up,
If that was truly the case, if he had truly driven on the speed limit, then he just by math, he would not have bumped into us.
If my cruise control's set and y'all are doing the same thing, we're just idling
Prove
and
it.
bang like that.
Prove it.
and later,
The first thing she says is, "Did you get my makeup back?"
That was not the first thing I said.
That's the
No,
first
it was
thing you
not.
said to me.
No,
The
it
first
was not.
thing you
I asked
say
if your
is,
car
"Did you
was
get my
okay?"
makeup back?"
And then I said, "Did you get my makeup bag?"
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Samuel Johnson, who blames Ramon and Stacy Martin for causing damage to his car.
So if he had actually driven by the speed limit, the crash would not have happened. It could have only happened if he was actually above speed limit. So what we're saying is, if he was in the speed limit, it would be fine because he looked first, he signaled. He was not yet under a seizure.
When's the last time you had a seizure, Mr. Martin?
I have not had one for 3 years prior to this point.
Which is why he was cleared to drive, Your Honor.
So under the state of Texas, you had to get cleared to drive after you knew you had this medical condition. You
Yes.
went through that entire process. You had your driver's license. So you were conscious but disoriented, Mr. Martin, when the police arrived and the ambulance arrived?
Yes.
He had already woken up from his seizure at that point.
All right. So, Mr. Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me about the $5,600 you're suing for.
Well, I had to come out of pocket, Your Honor, because I did what anyone would do in a situation like this. Is I went through my insurance. I have an impeccable driving record, by the way, and the claim got kicked back. I mean, that's my only vehicle, so I had to repair it. I can't,
Is
drive
that
it.
evidence you're holding there?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it, please.
Okay.
And Your Honor, our car was damaged as well.
You'll see in the evidence binder, Your Honor, that the $5,600 is all accounted for. It's line itemed.
How much damage was done to your car, Mr. and Mrs. Martin?
$4,000.
And did insurance cover that damage?
Well, unfortunately not, which makes this whole thing very ironic. Like, we also suffered damages, and even though he hit us, we weren't going, so apparently, so we were absolutely certain that we were all under my mom's insurance because the car belongs to my mom. We all live together. And apparently she did not register my husband under the insurance, which I was certain that she did because she told me that she did. And she's elderly, this wasn't malice. She must have gotten confused or forgotten or something, but we were under the impression that we were all insured.
But the car was insured.
The
Yes.
car was insured, yes, for that, but because of the driver wasn't under the insurance name, we didn't get enough of what we could have.
All right, so, Mr. Johnson, I'm looking at all of the expenses and repairs you have outlined. Your car really took a banging.
That is correct.
Because he was
Yes.
driving so fast.
And so, Mr. Martin suffered a medical emergency.
It's very unfortunate.
Exactly. And that's not something that someone plans. What's that mean?
I was agreeing with you. It came out of nowhere.
Okay, I thought you had a different, your body language, that seemed like a nonverbal way that you were challenging that, me saying that it's not planned when you have a medical emergency.
Well, it's definitely not planned, but he has a history of it. So these episodes, there's documentation of them happening. That's why it took so long for him to get his license. That's why he's been on so much medication. In my opinion, you shouldn't be on the road, whether someone's cleared you or not, if you're gonna potentially suffer from one of these episodes. Moreover, he's in the fast lane. If he knows he's gonna have a seizure, an episode, and his team has told him to pull over to the right lane. Pulling over to the right lane means you're crossing into other traffic. So if he's going to be driving on a freeway, going 55 miles per hour, he should be in the right-hand lane. So if that episode comes back, he can just pull right over to the shoulder and not cause any damage whatsoever.
There hadn't been an episode in 3 years.
Right, and it was cleared by doctors but by the DMV. Is Mr. Johnson somehow above the law and above our medical physicians?
I mean, if there's a hurricane and they tell you to evacuate, what are you going to do? You're just going to stay?
That's
I mean, you got to
ridiculous.
take precaution,
no,
right?
that's not how it works.
No, that's
the
how it
DMV
works.
cleared them and the medical.
I was going with the flow of traffic, Your Honor.
Sometimes the flow of traffic is too fast.
That is,
Very true.
I totally agree, but we were going 55.
And a 55?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, I will say this.
Math contradicts that. We were 2 cars far away from him. And if that was truly the case, if he had truly driven on the speed limit, then he, just by math, he would not have bumped into us.
If my cruise control's set and y'all are doing the same thing, we're just idling
Prove it.
and bang like that.
Prove it.
I'm just saying.
There really isn't a lot of evidence here in terms of witness testimony as to what was seen in this collision. Look, it's tough because you did suffer harm, and yet under the law, Mr. Martin cannot be held responsible for an unforeseeable medical emergency that was outside of his control. And 3 years down the line from his last seizure, there was nothing that was stated where he should have been held responsible for something that he had no idea and no control over. With that said, your complaint is dismissed. Judgment for the defendant. Court is adjourned.
Thank you so much.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the co-defendants. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
Do you have any final thoughts with each other?
I sympathize for your condition. I wish you weren't on the road and none of this would have happened.
We wish you all the best, Mr. Johnson.
Please follow me this way. Gather your things, please.
Coming up,
You told him to go get it out. He didn't. He forgot to. Does that mean he needs to pay for $800 in makeup and also the $343 to get the window fixed? This is one expensive date.
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. Nina Silva claims her pricey cosmetics were stolen because the defendant didn't remove her makeup bag from his car. Andy Branson says his car was broken into because Ms. Silva left the bag in plain sight. The defendant is countersuing for $343.
This is the case of Silva versus Branson. Ms. Silva, you are suing Mr. Branson for $840 for property loss. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Branson, you're countersuing for $343 for a broken window.
Yes, that's correct.
Plaintiff, you say your makeup bag was stolen out of the defendant's car, and defendant, you say that the plaintiff is responsible for that, and your car window was broken because of it.
Yes. That's
All
correct.
right, so tell me what happened. I'll start with you, plaintiff.
Okay, so we went on a date to this sushi restaurant, and when I got in the car, he picked me up from work at 5:45. He said I could put my bag anywhere, so I just shoved it in the back because I didn't want to have it on me, you know.
Right.
He drove me home after that. I texted him like, "Thank you so much for the night," around like 10:15ish, and then at 11, when I was laying out my scrubs for the next day, I realized I left my makeup bag in his car. So I texted him and I was like, "Hey, I left my makeup bag in your car." I asked him if he could please take it out before, you know, the morning, like that night.
So I get what happened. Mm-hmm. I want to go to Mr. Branson because I want to understand. When you said to her, just put it anywhere,
Yes.
what'd you mean? Anywhere?
By that, I meant for the ride to the restaurant, she could put it wherever she wanted. Because once we got to the restaurant, I told her before we got out of the car, please make sure you put it in a secure spot just so no one else outside can see it.
Coming up,
A busy week, I just didn't really get into it.
So you just didn't care about it that much? You paid the money, you took the loss, and you moved on.
Yes.
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Nina Silva, who is fighting with Andy Branson over a stolen makeup bag.
So how does the car get broken into?
So this is after the date. Once I've dropped her off, I received that text from her around 11 that she left it in the car. I liked the message, then I went to bed because I was going to wake up early to do some errands. When I woke up, when I got to my car around 9:30, I realized that the back rear passenger side windshield was completely shattered.
The car gets broken into. You
Yes.
file a police report.
I did not, actually. The first thing I did was I called her to let her know. At first, I wasn't upset at her. I was kind of just upset about the situation.
Right, of
And
course.
I told her about my car getting broken into, and the first thing she says is, "Did you get my makeup bag?"
That was not the first thing I said.
That's
no,
the
it
first
was
thing
not.
you said to me.
No,
The
it was
first
not.
thing you
I asked
say
if your
is,
car
"Did you
was
get my
okay?"
makeup bag?"
And then I said, "Did you get my makeup bag?" So no.
And anyway, so after that, I actually called Safelite because I needed to get the windshield replaced because I had to work at 5. So I didn't have time to really file a police report or anything like that. Yeah, a busy week. I just didn't really get into it.
So you just didn't care about it that much. You paid the money, you took the loss, and you moved on.
Yes.
All right. We don't know why they broke in. We don't know if they were trying to steal the car. They did all that and reached in there and got some makeup. So they probably thought it was a purse.
Yes.
Or a bag with some money. And for that reason, that's why you're countersuing, because you believe because she left it there, she owes you some money.
Yes.
All right. It is what it is. You told him to go get it out. He didn't. He forgot to. Does that mean he needs to pay for $800 in makeup and also the $343 to get the window fixed? This is one expensive date.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
All of this is not really worthy of this court's time, if I'm being very honest. This is just a simple mistake. None of it really rises to the level of negligence. You both were just a victim of someone else committing a crime, and you both have your own independent losses because of it. And let me be honest, if there was a future in this relationship, I think if he saw a future, and if this was something that he wanted to continue to pursue, could he, as a gentleman, have said, "Hey, come on one day, I'll take you and get you another makeup bag. I'm really sorry that happened. I'll get you some new makeup," but we're not there yet. And you gotta accept that. But that doesn't mean that he owes you that duty. So I'm dismissing both of these cases. You all accept your own losses, get you some more makeup. You already got your window fixed.
Yep.
Y'all don't go out no more, because you guys are not a, look, you're not a match. Y'all ain't a match, all right? Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled. Both cases are dismissed.
Do you have any final thoughts with each other?
I'm happy with the outcome.
I'm never going on another date with you.
Best date of your life.
Please gather your things and follow me this way.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.